Welcome back to the Not Quite Millennials podcast. We're not doing podcast right now because this is a very special episode, which is probably only going to be a half an hour unless it's a full length.
No.
It's going to be a half an hour. So, sorry guys, my mother, whose computer we rely on for the software on there to split our blue ball mics because, Oh, it's Blue Snowball, sorry. I didn't mean to say blue balls, I'm sorry for all the child listeners here. Okay, let's start again. I'm trying to be PG. Now that, teachers are listening. At a point!
Why are teachers listening again?
Oh my, she asked me about it. I'm not going to say, I'd rather not tell you.
So it's on YouTube and she found it, or?
I don't know, I told her the name, and she's like, where can I find it? I was like, SoundCloud.
But, the earlier episodes are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Maybe I'll temporarily private all the episodes.
Okay. We can do one more.
At a point! You can't.
I'm sorry.
No, I need it. At a point! Welcome back to the Not Quite Millennials podcast, special edition Star Wars The Phantom Menace review. What was this movie called?
The Last Jedi.
Thank you, Bailey. It's not The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace is the second worst movie, but Bailey, some fans might actually say that I'm talking right now.
I was signaling for the mic, but...
I know, that's why I said I'm talking right now. So we're on one mic. Sorry, guys. It's just how life goes, you know? So, this is a very divisive movie, Bailey. Did you know that?
I did. Critics like it, fans don't.
Yes. Did you know that before I was saying it on the car? Okay.
No. I mean, yes.
Just
yes,
yell out.
Yes. I'll just start screaming.
Okay.
Yes, I watch a movie channel.
Oh, cool. What movie channel is it? Joe Blow movie trailers. Hey, moving on. Wait, is it? Okay, no. Let's say, first of all, did you like the movie?
I did like the movie.
I'm glad to hear. I liked the movie. Thank you for asking.
I did ask. I was trying to.
Could you hear it? Probably not. Okay, so here's what happened in it. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
It's a Hunger Games reference.
Yeah, that was. I know what you were trying to do there, but you went boo doo 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 doo. No, we're so bad. Wait, this is a Star Wars review, Bailey. This is the Star Wars review of the century.
The Millennium. Hey. My God.
Why did you speak the Lord's name in vain?
My God.
My girl. Wow, that's a... Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday. I want to know how far I'll go. Just like Moana, with psychologically torturing Andy.
What happened with Moana?
That's the song, How Far I'll Go.
Oh.
I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island.
This is gonna be
everything is by design.
It's gonna be a you episode.
I know everybody on this island has a roll on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine.
Thanks.
Okay. So we need a Star Wars review right now. What were your expectations going into this movie? This is a spoilery review, by the way. Completely. I know we're not going to get those YouTube views, but if we're being honest, the people that listen to our podcast aren't going to watch this movie.
I thought it was a good movie.
That's not what I asked you at all.
Okay, well, I forgot.
I said, what were your expectations going into this movie?
I got a good answer. I thought it was going to be a good movie.
I hate you right now.
No. I thought what did I think? I don't know what I thought. I thought it was going to be very sad, which it kind of wasn't, actually.
Okay, so
I changed my mind. I didn't like the movie.
are you just doing that to have a point counterpoint?
No, I didn't like what they did with Luke. And then I feel like
I don't know why I was holding that up in my mouth.
I didn't like what they did with Luke. I didn't like all the, like, some of the jokes were okay. Like, I liked how it was funnier.
Too many quips.
I liked how it was funnier, but I didn't like
that.
the type of humor they were using.
Too many quips. They were quips.
I saw something how it was like Rose and Finn's storyline was pointless, and I agree. So that was like half of the movie.
The point is that it was pointless.
I know. You can't do that.
Yes.
No,
because it's a lesson about
no.
She needed to let go of her past.
Okay,
you get it? Her
no.
past was her pendant.
Okay, and what about what they did with Finn's character? Just making him
what?
Stereotypical, a token character.
He's not a token character. I think that's racist of you to say that.
No, everyone said that's what they did to him in this movie.
And were the people saying that white?
I don't know. It was
the answer is yes.
Online reviews. How am I supposed to know?
So they're all just a bunch of white people that are trying to make up for being white.
One thing I did disagree with.
You need to...
One thing that I did disagree with.
Guys, okay, shut up for a second, Bailey. Let me tell you what our setup is right now. I'm sitting up and Bailey's leaning. He's reclining as far as possible. I really wish I had taken the nice seat from him, but since I'm a gentleman...
This is the first time you've given me this chair.
That's actually not true. You had it last time, too.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
It was different. I promise you it was.
Oh, were you sitting on that?
No, it was.
But, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Kiss the mic. We've both kissed the mic now.
Oh, wonderful.
In many ways, we've kissed you, listeners, without your consent.
That's not okay.
Okay, how about I just put this in my pocket?
No, I'll just snap if I need the mic, okay?
Okay, so...
I was just testing.
Okay, it's gonna look like an edit point when you do that. You know that, right?
Let me see. No, it doesn't.
It's because I turned the mic away.
Let me see.
Stop!
It doesn't look like an edit.
Stop! We need to review Star Wars! Star Wars Last Jedi! Wow, it actually picks up, like, nice.
Yeah, so...
I think the pop filter, like, absorbs a lot of this
So are you saying I should just shout from here?
Yeah. Maybe we should both shout. Han Solo!
Why don't you hold it, like, right there, then we can just lean in.
Okay. So, I was expecting it to be a good Star Wars movie. Because
it was not.
He's wrong. He's just doing it to be contrarian, because in the car ride, to the... Look it does.
It doesn't. An edit point looks like that. Okay. Yeah, an edit
that's
point.
That's because you were clapping right... Stop! Stop! Oh my god. You're ruining this already horrible podcast, Bailey.
9 minutes.
Oh my god. No, actually, it's more like 7 minutes, and if I cut all this garbage out with
You're not. Don't.
What if we just did 20 minutes of that? What if we really did just do 20 minutes of that? Bye, guys.
That was Star Wars. I didn't know. I'm not saying that I hated the movie. Let me take the mic for a sec here.
Stop making that squeaky sound.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it looked nice. It was very visually nice.
Okay, so what did you think?
Of what?
Oh my god. What a silly boy. Okay, so let's see. I thought it was going to be a pretty good movie, and it was a pretty good movie. I would say it's better than Force Awakens. Let's see. But not as good as Empire. I think it's on level with A New Hope. Yes. The answer is yes.
No. Well, yeah.
Sure. Answer is yes. Okay.
Well, I would put it
lower. So let me first explain why I think that reviewers liked it and like audiences maybe didn't as much.
I have one theory.
Well, let me share my theory.
It's really quick. It'll take like 5 words.
It was bad. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No. They killed off Admiral Dunbar.
Purple-haired lady.
No.
Akbar. No one cares. They killed
a lot of people
throwaway
I know, so bad.
Which was kind of stupid.
Yeah,
but
very
whatever.
stupid.
So what I think it is because reviewers liked it because it's a good movie. It's actually a really good movie. It's visually pleasing.
Yeah,
some of it looked a bit off. Like
the big horses.
That it felt like just good prequel CGI. Like it was CGI from the prequels was better. It felt a bit prequely. Like at least you could see their hair, but that whole sequence felt very prequely. I liked that there is a place like that, like a casino, but then they have these like weird. No, I like the idea of that, but I don't like how there's like funny little cute characters in there.
My favorite character was the space nuns.
Who were the space nuns?
The fish ladies or whatever.
I don't remember that.
Let's look it up. Daisley.
Daisley. Oh,
yeah, you know what, Daisley.
Oh, those, yeah.
Hard time.
Those were so not memorable that, yeah.
Yes, they were.
So I think this film really played with audience expectations.
Yeah, like throwing away the parent stuff. I think it just made people mad.
I think it made people mad because they invested so much of their time thinking about stupid stuff. Like, who are Rey's parents?
I disagree, because that was a big part of the first one.
No, it wasn't. That was a big part of the audience reaction to the first one. But in the actual movie, there's literally maybe 10 seconds devoted to her lineage, Rey's lineage.
No, because the whole point was she kept needing to go back to Jakku to wait for her parents.
That was the beginning, but that I wouldn't count that whole thing. That was more of a side thing. It wasn't that important. The whole point, so I watched a video and it was talking about how the real theme of this movie is letting go of the past. Kill it if you have to. That's what Kylo Ren said.
As in no more original characters.
Okay, we'll get into that later. But I think... Yes, later.
Okay.
So, first of all, I love this movie. Bailey's just saying
it's not doing it for me. The more you think about it, like the more...
I think that's because you're also not a real Star Wars fan.
Okay.
I'm not accusing you of anything. Would you say that you're a real Star Wars fan?
I enjoy it.
Exactly. You enjoy Star Wars at like a base level and maybe like some of the... What?
You listening to yourself.
You enjoy Star Wars at a base level and you maybe get into the lore a little bit, but you don't know like the legend stuff. And I wouldn't expect you to.
Of course I do.
Who's Admiral Thrawn?
I don't know.
Exactly. He's one of the most famous, like, universe characters.
So you're a better fan than me? Is that what you're saying?
I'm fine with saying that. I know more about Star Wars than you do. You know more about what's a thing you like. Series of Unfortunate Events. You know a lot more. You're a bigger fan than I am. That's the same thing, yeah.
We could be equal fans if we both like it. I don't think it really... Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I'm a fan
I liked Wonder Woman better than this movie.
Well, that's because you're wrong.
You can't
Wonder Woman didn't do anything daring. Just because it had a female superhero.
Lead.
Okay, yeah, and also it characterized her as this, like, idiot, naive, like, child. Like, ultimately, and that was not Patty Jenkins' fault or even the writing. It was, like, when they said it. But, like, it's still, like, kind of a sexist depiction.
I don't think so.
Well, and that's a matter of disagreement. And I'm not going to say you're a sexist if you disagree with me, as many people would say, because people are insane online. That's not what we're getting into. So, I think for real Star Wars fans that realize... For
real Star Wars
fan. I'm a real Star Wars fan. You can be a fan of Star Wars, but I'm a Star Wars fan. If there's one thing that I'm a fan of, it's this.
Okay.
Can you let me have it, Bailey?
I don't think so, but
okay, Bailey's wrong. So, for Star Wars fans that recognize that this is all ridiculous and you should just have fun with it, don't take it too seriously, this is the movie for you. If you think that, like, you have the right to whine about Star Wars online, like Bailey might be doing soon, because this is online and it's not just a conversation, I just realized that. There's a mic in front of me.
Am I whining?
No, but I think you might.
I think it's a good popcorn movie.
I think it's more than a popcorn movie.
I don't think there's story in it that much.
See, that's where you're wrong.
What happened? What changed from this movie from the last one? Like, where it ended?
That's the same thing with Empire Strikes Back. What are you talking about? One of the greatest movies of all time.
Never saw it.
Exactly. He's not a real Star Wars fan. He hasn't seen widely considered the best Star Wars movie. This isn't a debate of who's a better Star Wars fan.
I'm not debating
you. Clearly are. Every time I say as a Star Wars fan, you shake your head.
You say as a real Star Wars fan, and I think that's a stupid phrase. What?
Am I going to have to cut all this out, Taylor? Can you just let me podcast? Can you let us podcast?
Go ahead, podcast.
You're being real difficult right now.
I'm being difficult.
You are, yeah.
How am I being difficult?
I think the listeners will advocate for me in this. Even though Bailey's the fan favorite because he doesn't, mess with your ears while we're doing it. Okay, so this is... Stop. It played with audience expectations. If I had to say one thing that wasn't good about the playing with the audience expectations, it was probably that there was one or two too many death fake-outs. I think specifically, spoilers, Finn's death fake-out.
When?
That when he was like, I'm gonna pilot my thing into the beam.
Yeah. And she just knocks him out, but then it still worked. Yeah, that was dumb.
Well, it didn't work. That was Luke's avatar that saved the day there.
And then killed him.
So this kind of parallels whatchamacallit, Empire Strikes Back a lot, because it's the Empire striking back. This is the First Order striking back. There's the whole Yoda-Luke training thing with Luke and Rey, but also Yoda shows up. The puppet looks really bad at some points, and it looks really good at other points. I think
when it first came up,
it looked bad. But then when he wasn't moving along and he was just kind of like, bleh.
The wide shots were good.
The wide shots were good because it didn't look as
show its face.
No, it's the same puppet. I think it was just
right, but
weird. The effect they put on it looked weird because they never had like a close-up shot of a Force ghost. Or
was it Bluey?
Yes, that's what Force ghosts do. Yeah. So, and I think that was a really fun shot where he set the tree on fire.
That was funny. I like that.
Well, because it was like expected, but also I think it looked really nice and it had good timing.
I feel for Luke because I like to hoard things. So I was like, no, don't burn it.
You gotta kill the past if you have to.
Ooh, I do think that Rian Johnson will do good with his own trilogy, this sequel trilogy.
I kind of wish that they would let him have episode 9, but they're giving it back to J.J. Abrams.
I think if they stuck with one director, it would have been better.
I think they needed J.J. Abrams for the first movie, but this movie was really good, and I think it had a strong visual style that matched Star Wars while still...
A lot of people didn't like The Force Awakens, after.
Yeah, well, I think it was very effective in making people be like, yeah, Star Wars! It's back, baby!
And better than the prequels.
Better than the prequels, yes.
But still not good afterwards, I guess.
It's probably on level with Return of the Jedi. I would say Force Awakens.
Yeah, I mean, the last prequel wasn't bad.
It was okay. It was good, it wasn't great.
Good, but...
Yeah, the CG is too much. But, so I think this is a great movie. Everyone should see it. Bailey doesn't think that as much. He's starting to change his mind.
It was an okay movie. It wasn't, my favorite, but I definitely...
Did you like it more than Force Awakens?
Did you no, I don't think so. I liked Force Awakens better because it was more of a journey. I didn't like how it was kind of stationary in this one. But I get that was what they were... Well, yeah, because they were stuck in space.
No, everyone was moving around. Everyone except...
It felt like three... I liked the Force Awakens because it was more
one
cohesive.
Storyline.
Yeah. I didn't like how it was three separate things going on at once. They were never really connected.
Well, that's a lot like what Empire did. It split the group up.
Or not Finns. Yeah, Finns.
Finn and
the spaceship. Yeah. So that's
Finn and the spaceship.
The spaceship's story. Their stories were kind of connected.
Yeah, I think. Well, they all converged at the end, right? Let's talk about Leia. Yes, because Rey came, and yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about Leia. Ooh.
And she didn't really do anything in this movie. I think it would have been better if they killed her and then.
But yeah, okay. So I'm conflicted about it.
She like spent the whole movie in a space coma.
Yeah, she was in a space coma for a lot of the movie.
And that stinks that was like her last. Like,
and
the next one was gonna be her movie. That
9
really
was gonna
sucks.
be her movie.
And I get why they did that though, because like they went in order of the oldest to the youngest. But
yeah, but that doesn't make much difference.
How old is Mark Hamill?
They were like roughly the same age. I think Mark Hamill's like 1 or 2 years older than her.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford was like
old,
10 years older than both of them.
He's grumpy and still alive.
Grumpy old Gramps.
Huh?
He's injured himself so many times.
Honestly, I'd rather have Carrie Fisher, but.
What do you mean?
Than Harrison Ford. She was cooler.
What do you mean have? Like
still here.
Oh, yes, completely. Harrison Ford is just gonna like be in a good Blade Runner sequel. Carrie Fisher could probably not be in that many great things, but she's so good.
She's funny. I followed her Twitter. They were good. I could never understand them.
She's a writer. She's funny.
She did TV show stuff too.
Yeah.
And
she had like her as a person was like a very compelling thing because like, I mean, if you want to celebritize
her
someone.
dog was in the movie. I didn't even notice. Because he was like CG'd, I guess. I don't know. I thought for her last movie it was good. I just wish they had her more in it, but obviously they didn't.
They killed her off. Die. Do you think that the Force floating in space thing looked bad? Because I do. I leaned over to you during the movie and was like, ooh.
I liked it. I thought it was kind of nice.
I think it... Okay, so as far as I know, they had filmed that before they knew she was dead. So that was planned and written before she was dead. So like that when they showed that she was going to get blown up in the trailer, that took on a whole new meaning because we expected her to die.
Well, you did. I didn't.
You didn't expect
I really didn't
them
think
to kill
that she
her
was
off?
going to die. I didn't think they would.
That's not true.
I didn't. I told you I didn't think she was going to die.
Oh, yeah, because then we had the conversation of like, oh, do you think they're going to completely CG her? Like, that didn't work in Rogue One, so why would it work now?
I thought it worked. Oh, we already had this conversation.
Yeah.
But I thought it looked okay. Like, I didn't know. I knew she was because you said so. But I didn't know that Tarkin was talking.
Tarkin looked like a video game character.
I thought he looked fine.
Okay.
R.I.P. though.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with the last movie. I hope it's not something like, oh, Leia's off building a new city or something like that.
They might actually do that. I think they probably could successfully CG her properly so that you see her in like a hologram maybe. Like I think they could do that. They shouldn't, but they could.
I think they can because I mean they got permission.
I know I said they could, but they shouldn't.
Why not?
I still find it disrespectful. Maybe that's going to be something that's like, what can we call it, like common.
I don't think it's disrespectful because she did. They all gave 3D scans of their faces.
Yeah.
So if something like that happened, so it's not like they were unaware.
Yeah, but she wants money, boy.
Well, her family will probably get money. And in Rogue One, she was okay with it. Like they took 3D scans of like her old.
Young. Yeah, I know.
So I don't think it's a problem. But
so tell me the things that you didn't like about it.
I just didn't like how it wasn't one.
Specific
I like
things.
I like one big story, and it wasn't. It was kind of choppy for me. I didn't like the cutbacks, and I didn't like Luke in this movie because he was like grumpy, and then he turned. Well, I guess Yoda changed his mind, but I don't feel like he shouldn't have needed Yoda at like 6 years old. It's like he's supposed to
60 years old
to change his mind. He needed Yoda to like show up and be like, fire.
That's because Luke is an idiot. Like Yoda originally wanted to train Leia. Like that's official canon. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hold the mic like this, so I can just be like, boom, 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 boom.
Whatever.
So I think that the Luke and Rey storyline was the least interesting of all the storylines.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I went to pee during that.
But I like
also, people in the theater, move your damn feet!
But not towards your direction.
Not in my direction. Instead of curling his feet back, he kicked it out, and then tripped me and almost fell over.
We already talked about theater.
I'm gonna complain about the theater every time we review a movie.
We should go to a press screening.
Yeah.
We're press.
Hey, anyone that wants to give us some press screening tickets, hit me up. NotQuiteMillennials@gmail.com. I think might be Not Quite Pod. Who knows?
Or cast.
Possibly. So I think the Luke and Rey storyline was boring because Luke was just like, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, not a fan. I think the spaceship was my favorite storyline.
I found that to be a really interesting plot point. It kind of was like the beginning of the asteroid chase in Empire. I know I'm making a reference that you don't get, but they're like, the Millennium Falcon disappears, but it actually attaches to the side, and there's like this suspense, and there's like silence, and it's like this impending thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was a fan of what they did with pink-haired lady. I guess people didn't like her.
Purple hair. That's the point.
But
So we all want to be Poe, right? We all want to be Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
But he got a lot of people killed.
I was like afraid because I knew that people like didn't like her, so I thought they legit.
Holdo.
Yeah. I thought they made
Admiral Holdo.
I thought they made Holdo like into like a wimp character where she was gonna get them all killed, but then she didn't. She had a plan. So I was like, that's good.
And
good
she
for them.
Rightfully so, she didn't tell him because he's just a pilot and he got a lot of people killed.
He did. He got so many people killed.
That bombing sequence was really cool.
Yeah. I feel like they should get better defenses though. Like they all went.
They don't have any money. Is the thing.
That was really depressing when they were like calling out and nobody came.
But that's the spark of the resistance, man.
But it's back. What is the last movie going to be? Because Daisy Ridley said she's not going to come back. So
for what?
After 9. So like her story's going to be done in a movie, but it feels like there's still so much.
The people are thinking that movie's the new trilogy is going to be like Knights of the Old Republic, so it's like ancient Jedi.
That's like a video game, right?
Yeah, that's it. But it's not canon right now. But they can still like use parts of it.
Just like Kylo Ren. The children. Wasn't her name like Martha Skywalker or something?
Ben Solo, which is also from the...
I feel like there was a Martha.
I just burned all of my nostril hairs.
That's nice.
Don't sniff fire, everybody. Okay, so I really like what they did with they were outrunning the the Imperial.
I like space battles. That was good.
I like how it wasn't really a space battle. I like space battle. The opening space battle was solid.
It's kind of like Titanic in space, I guess.
It did kind of feel like that, except the iceberg was following them the whole time.
Yeah, it was like an attacking iceberg, which is really cool, I think.
Yeah.
It would be like a ship captain like, trying to fight off a monster. Yeah, I liked it. That was good.
I think the Rey and Kylo storyline was also super interesting. It was something new for Star Wars, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we all knew. Well, I actually thought he was going to change.
I did. I
didn't think she was going to change.
Let's. Yeah, I didn't think so. Well, there's always that little shadow of a doubt, like they did with whatchamacallit. I don't think because Disney is going to kind of sanitize it, which that's just them.
Ugh, poor Disney. Ugh.
Poor Disney.
Not poor Disney. Like why Disney?
Poor us.
Poor
Disney.
People that have to deal with Disney. Yeah. But at least Deadpool gets to stay R-rated. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to scrap that entire universe.
Cool.
So.
Well,
and after Deadpool 2, it's not going to exist.
I feel like that movie is too successful to do, like without getting a lot of backlash.
Yeah, Disney doesn't care. They own everything. What are they going to do? Boycott Disney movies? That's literally half of movies at this point. Probably 2/3 of movies.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Because we still got Warner Brothers.
When DC folds in.
They're not going to fold in. They are, did you see Batfleck is out?
Again? He's been in and out for the past, 5 years.
He's out.
Like,
they're doing a Flashpoint movie, apparently. Which is weird because Gal Gadot is probably, going to stay in.
Gal Gadot.
So is Ezra Miller.
Yeah, everyone is.
All, the fan favorites.
I don't think Ezra Miller was a fan favorite.
I think he was.
Well, they have to keep Ezra Miller.
I like Cyborg
because that's how Flashpoint works.
Oh, yeah. Didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
But Cyborg, I liked him more.
What if he just, came out of the Speed Force and he's like, whoa, my face is different.
What if it was Grant Gustin? That'd be amazing.
That would be so stupid.
They should have him cameo, though.
What if it was just, like the end of a Flash episode where he doesn't say anything. He just goes, "Whoa!" He like runs in front of a mirror.
I love The Flash. That's a great show.
It really is, but that's not what we're talking about here on this podcast.
In conclusion,
I don't think we're in conclusion yet. I think this is going to 45 minutes.
Fine.
And by 45, I mean
Not
47
an hour.
on the timer.
Why? Why?
Because we recorded 2 minutes of nothing.
Okay.
So let's go through the movie scene by scene and say, like, not scene by scene, but like part by part.
Okay.
So it starts off. Does it start out? It starts off with the not the Imperials, the rebels, resistance.
Mm-hmm.
The resistance.
I liked Rose's sister scene. That was good.
Whom?
Rose's sister.
That's the bomber girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was good. I thought that was a good setup without being like super
hitting you over the head over. Yeah. I enjoyed that too. I think that whole sequence was really good, except Poe Dameron is an idiot.
I don't like him.
He should
Maybe
not be
that's
in command
another
of
thing,
people.
because I did like him in the last movie because he wasn't really in it, and when he was in it,
yeah,
he was enjoyable in the little spurts.
Well, what do you talk? I talk first. That was a good joke. Okay, let's talk about the quips. Actually, I want to talk about the quips and why those are trash.
I like that it was more funny. I like that it was different than other ones, but I didn't like.
I don't think it was
how funny it was.
I think it thought it was funny.
They definitely upped the ante. I like the little moments, like with the space nuns when she like dropped like everything, and then they were like, "Wow."
Do you think it was too ridiculous? The Luke Skywalker milking that.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That's where it's a bit too far, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just Star Wars. It's ridiculous anyway. But like.
But I mean, I guess they knew what they were doing, so.
Yeah. They didn't, because a lot of people didn't like the quips. People immediately started yelling, "Disney's ruining it! It's like Marvel now! Gross! No! Ah!"
Yeah, well, Disney's like, hey, Marvel makes a lot of money.
I think that might just be Rian Johnson's thing. And then we'll talk about the Han Solo thing afterwards.
Hey, he still made a lot of money, though. I mean, that movie, what did it make, like $400 million in 2 days?
I mean, rightfully, it's Star Wars. Like, it's not gonna not make money. It's gonna make all the money all the time.
Unlike DC, where Justice League didn't make money, so they're actually changing it, which is good, I think.
I thought Wonder Woman was a step in the right direction, but they just could not fix Justice League.
Well, it was already filmed, so it was too late. Everybody.
Well, then they still did reshoots. Like, they were still editing.
Reshoots, they couldn't change the whole movie, though. It would have been too much money.
They spent an extra $100 million. What are you talking about?
Just on Henry Cavill's stupid mustache.
They didn't actually spend $50 million on that,
I know.
guys. He's wrong, but
whatever. All I'm saying
Joe Blow
is,
movie trailers has really led you astray.
I don't know who that is.
That's so popular.
All I'm saying is, I think that Aquaman's going to be good.
Okay, well, I don't know why we keep getting into the Justice League and Marvel stuff.
Wow.
I know why we did this time, but like just in general. Okay. So first part, bomber sequence was really good. Luke tosses over.
Yeah, I did not like that.
I think it was okay. That's when I didn't realize that everything was going to be like that.
Also, though, that's just like, you know how we were talking earlier about how like people are mad that it kind of just threw away the past?
That's the point of the movie. That's the overarching theme.
That was legit just like, it was such a big, like, the final moment they're about to meet, and then he's just like, yeah.
Well, that was a funny joke. Because, like, the final shot was just this intense staring, and then Luke immediately goes, bye! I think that was funny, but that was also before they really overdid it. See, that Star Wars fans getting super
like, I feel
mad
like
about that.
If you rewatched it, you'd be like, oh boy, this is where it starts.
I would now, but at the time, I loved it. I was, like, with the rest of them going, ha-ha! But then it didn't get old for other people, and they just kept going, ha-ha! He slammed the silly man into the control panel, ha-ha!
Poor
Donald Glover, he's just a really, Gleason. Donald Gleason. He's the redhead,
I don't like him.
The resistance will fall! Ew!
They just, like... He's, like, getting pushed around.
He
doesn't seem intimidating at all.
Relief now.
Yeah. And what about Phasma? You can't say that was good. That was a mess, too.
Phasma? I think it's actually really funny.
No.
I find it funny that, like, everyone... They didn't promise anything with that character. She just looks cool.
They overhyped it after people with merchandise. After I think.
I mean, if people want to buy merchandise, they're gonna buy merchandise.
But then this is the
That's their
movie.
fault.
They knew what they did last time. And they were like, "Oh, she's gonna get an updated role because we
But
heard
she
the
didn't.
backlash."
I think that's funny.
I don't think that's.
She
funny
had one fight and
because
then I love messing with Star Wars
no.
fans. They take themselves so seriously.
I just think that's douchey to be like.
Yeah, it is. That's hilarious.
No, I don't think that's hilarious.
Okay, well, agree to disagree on that one.
Being douchey? No.
No, in this case, I think it was funny that they did that. Like, messing with the fans occasionally is fun.
Mm.
Especially when they get so enraged over something so stupid. At least
Well,
they're not
No,
like...
I don't think it was stupid because it's like the first female like leader of the stormtroopers, like all that. It was an important character to some people, I'm sure.
I don't think little girls are looking up to Captain Phasma.
Well,
They're
not
looking up to
anymore,
Rey.
'cause she's
They
dead.
weren't originally.
They weren't. And what about Rey? They didn't have any merch for her either when it came out.
Excuse me?
They had more. That was a big thing. I remember when it came out. People were complaining.
Rey merch?
Yeah, when it first came out, like
No, they had a lot of Rey merch.
when it first came out, there was like none. I remember.
Okay, well that doesn't matter because they made it. They made it after all, so does it really matter?
Yeah, it does. They made it after people complained.
Well, they need to know that there's a demand. Maybe that's like the sexism.
She was like the main
Yeah,
character.
let me finish. That's the sexism of the industry there. But at least they fixed their mistake like soon after.
I guess so.
Okay, so what happened in the movie? Let's actually let's watch a trailer. And like on silent, and we'll go through each scene it shows and say, hey, well, we like okay with that? Because I'm having trouble remembering, so why don't you hold that? Thanks, pal. Did you talk?
I disagree with people who are all complaining. Like, there's too many. People are actually complaining that there's too many female characters and there were too many.
Okay.
Diverse
There's like
characters. I don't think there was too many female characters.
there's
at all.
about 4 women in Star Wars in general,
Yeah.
and like 2 black guys. So like y'all need to chill.
I don't think that was, I disagreed with all of that. And another one was like, oh, they're all like the leaders of the resistance and blah blah blah. I disagree, but that's just
Okay, so
me.
we're watching this. This is Kylo. That was a fun shot. Whatever, doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, how did you feel about these guys? These like updated AT-ATs. You haven't seen the regular AT-ATs, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Is Empire the one where he's like the ice
Snow.
guy?
Yes.
I saw the first 10 minutes.
Okay, well that's Hoth, so that's
Er.
Did you like this planet?
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit much like Hoth.
What?
It looked like snow. It was all white. And there were ice foxes that were actually crystal
Those
foxes.
are cool. They weren't in it that much though. which
Yeah,
made me sad.
basically all the shots that were like, in
They
the
weren't
trailer
really
were
in
there.
the movie. I didn't.
They really weren't. Okay. Where was that? Oh, that was when they went into the cave.
Mhm.
Okay. So, did you like the ending? I feel like I thought there was going to be
No.
more of
I
that.
didn't like
That
the ending. Like the
I-
ending with
What do you-
Luke. Just,
No, I loved that, dude.
no, I didn't.
That was great.
It was
takes
so
a lot.
undercut. And,
What, when he died, or when?
yeah, when the like robe just flies off because like he was just sitting there on the rock and then he died. And
Because that takes up all your energy projecting.
I just didn't like it.
I liked it. I loved it. That was a good ending. That was a good surprise. It played with me enough, but it didn't make me go, no, they can't kill off Luke Skywalker. He's my best friend.
I mean, I'm sure he'll be back in the next movie.
He will, the Force Ghost. But that's fine, whatever. The new snowtroopers looked cool. Kylo Ren smashes his mask, like, immediately. They're like, take off that silly
I like
mask.
that scene.
Ha ha ha.
In the elevator. I like that comedy when they were just like, whoa, we're not gonna deal with him.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, let's not. Okay, yeah, that island was whatever. That cave scene. How'd you feel about that cave scene? Where she was
I
like,
didn't like it. No. When she was like going through the black and then it was like all the mirrors. Because
the whole point
like, a
was
lot
that
of
it was a
things was-
misdirect.
like a lot of things.
People thought it was gonna be, like-
pointless. Because nothing came from it.
That
She didn't find out who her parents were. She didn't.
That's the point, dude.
She.
The whole point is that
the whole
she's
point
looking.
was that it was a waste.
No, that she didn't find out who her parents were. She didn't. It was a misdirect. Like people think. You people. a lot of people think that, oh, well, every scene needs to show me something amazing and new, and not play with my expectations at all.
But they were trying to show something amazing and new, right? Weren't they? With all the mirrors and stuff, that was like
visually, I thought that was meh. But I think what came out of it was that it not only did it foreshadow, whatchamacallit, that her parents were just no one.
How did that foreshadow that they were no one?
Because she was supposed to get answers about this grand past of hers that she thinks, but really they were just drunkards that sold her off into slavery for booze money.
That didn't get foreshadowed, though.
Yes, that was foreshadowing.
No,
if you didn't pick up on that,
it was just
her. You, the film-going audiences.
No, it was her going, oh, I don't know who my parents are still. There was no foreshadowing.
Oh my god. What's in between, oh, I still don't know who my parents are, and I'm going into this cave to find out who my parents are? She goes in the cave.
She goes in to find out who they are, and she doesn't find out who they are.
Exactly.
There's no foreshadowing.
Yes.
That they're...
No, because if they were some great, like, Force users or something, wouldn't they be in the Force cave?
That was the Sith
cave,
they
would be. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Was it a Jedi cave on Dagobah?
I don't know.
Exactly. This is where my Star Wars knowledge comes in.
Okay.
So,
was it a Jedi cave?
No, it was a Force cave.
But this was specifically a Sith cave. Because he was going...
He's like, that's the dark side.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's a Sith cave. It just means that it's a cave for... The Sith and the Jedi came out of the light and the dark, but they're not the same thing.
If he's going to a dark side cave, that's for...
Well, why does this Jedi island have a Sith cave on it, then?
It does not Jedi island.
Yes, it is.
He
said these people have been built it for the Jedi. That's the first Jedi temple. That's what that is.
Maybe she put it there when she was going into the Force.
No. She put it there when she was going into the Force. Okay, whatever. It's film nuances. You're not like a film guy, and that's fine. Whatever. You disagree with me, so I must insult you. Oh, okay, so what do you think when Luke is all like, you're too powerful? Oh my god. You're too powerful, dude.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought
you liked that?
It made sense because he was scared of what was going to happen.
Oh, do you like the reveal with Kylo and
I liked
Luke?
how it went back and forth, yeah.
No, I mean like where it was like I was contemplating it, and then I realized that this was horrible, and I looked up and I looked down and I saw this scared child. I mean the actual scene, not like the end result of it.
Yeah, I liked it.
You liked it? Okay, so you can like things. You have the ability to like things.
I didn't say I didn't like this movie.
I'm getting frustrated with you and myself. So she's super powerful for really no reason. Midichlorians, probably. It scared me. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. It is time to end the Jedi. Yeah, see, that was the scene. So that was the first space battle. I think the first space battle looked nice. What do you think?
Didn't we already talk about it?
We talked about specifically the bomber part, which was how they got rid of the dreadnought. Oh, Holdo's death.
It was good.
Like I think
completely
silent in the theater.
Yeah, I think it was good that they didn't keep her alive.
Except for people who were like, oh damn!
People didn't like her, so...
No, I mean, like, I think in the theater, people just wanted to be cool, because we went to a trash theater in a trash town. Almost as trash as ours. Space battle, why does he spin, do you think? Because, like...
Force? Maybe he's going so fast. Not the Force. Like...
Okay, I know. But then he goes straight. Okay, so this was a really good fake out. Don't you think that's a good fake out? Where we think, not only do we think that he's gonna blow her up, but he doesn't blow her up, someone else blows her up, and then she stays alive. Porgs, I hate them. I'm not.
They are what they are. They're like everything else in this movie, I guess.
That's really mean of you to say.
I think the Porgs are like the comedy.
I think they were to sell plushies.
I like them. I mean, they are cute.
Fine, I'll get you one. Is that what you want from me?
No. They're like little penguin birds.
That's the point.
He's like, whoa. Yeah, I like them.
X-Wings. X-Wings are cool. Too bad he killed all those people. Captain Phasma. That fight, I think, was a good fight.
It lasted like what, 2 minutes, 3?
It was a short fight.
It was very
wasn't.
short.
It
I liked
wasn't
Maz in this movie. I thought that was funny.
I hated that so much. It felt like
funny.
Star Tours.
Nah, I thought that was funny.
I thought that was a funny thing. It didn't feel very Star Wars. It felt kind of like a bit more comedic, which I don't want for my main series Star Wars. Do that in like the...
I don't think it can be like super serious all the time though, because then the fans will take themselves
first one
like,
was
super serious.
It didn't feel like a Star Wars joke. I think it was funny, but it didn't feel like a Star Wars joke.
Well, maybe they need different jokes that are like Star Wars jokes.
Well, no, that's how you
like
confuse yourself tonally. It felt like... Have you seen ride footage of the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror ride?
No, I have not seen ride footage of it.
I'm going to show you it because the acting in that felt exactly like that. Actually, let's just watch the end of that and then we'll watch it. And you can confirm or deny. Wow, BB-8. Ice foxes, or crystal foxes, were pretty cool. Leia wore some ridiculous stuff. Yeah. That was pretty cool. That was a good action sequence. Oh, Snoke. We didn't even talk about Snoke getting cut in half.
I think that is rightfully so, because it's so forgettable.
He wasn't a forgettable villain.
He legit just got cut in half. That was so stupid.
He was that's what I'm talking about when I said
movie,
they were...
I dislike it. Because, like...
I think because you want to provide a counterpoint to me.
No, I really don't like...
So
I like the movie as a whole, but, like, a lot of it was bad. I don't think it's an amazing movie.
I disagree.
Because, like...
I think a lot of it was good and some of it was bad.
He was this big...
That was a hologram.
Like, basically in the last movie,
they
just, like, threw away everything.
That was to throw the viewers
They,
off.
like, threw away everything from the last movie.
That's the point. Because people got mad because Force Awakens was such a retread of A New Hope, and Rian Johnson was like, well, that's not what we're doing here. We're doing a new thing. That's what I mean when I say the point. It's not just...
Well, then,
that's the
I
point.
think the whole point of the other one is, like, what's the point of seeing it, then?
It's Star Wars. You're not going to not see Star Wars. No one boycotted the prequels. They still, like, were like, these are horrible, but they're still going to see them.
They made a lot of less money after the first one. The first one made a lot of money, but after that, they went down.
Well, I think that was people that were, like, trying to get into Star Wars. I don't know. I'm not in the mind of a 2002 person.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the
I think some are
went down. Not even just for this movie, which I think they are.
This is going to make less money than Force Awakens just because it's not, like...
Because of the negative reviews, and I think...
No, I don't think that's why. I think it's because not only is it a sequel, and sequels usually make less money.
Speaking of bad sequels...
Okay, well, can I just get through this real quick? And I do want to hear your bad sequel talk.
Jurassic World. That's all I was
saying. Oh, yeah, that trailer looks like trash. But we'll talk about that in, whatchamacallit, in another podcast.
Oh.
But also, because people want a popcorn movie, this wasn't a popcorn movie. Star Wars Force Awakens was a popcorn movie. It was Star Wars, but it was essentially just A New Hope, like a flashier version of A New Hope. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Would you disagree with me?
I think they were very similar, but I do think that they were different.
I feel like it was a lot of retread of A New Hope, whereas maybe this kind of retreaded things, but by retreading it, it also like did a completely different thing. It was a 180, and I really liked that, while still keeping a lot of the Star Wars tone. I think if there weren't as many quips, a lot of people would have forgiven, like, because it's a tonal thing, right?
I don't know.
So,
I don't like how they just disregarded the last movie. I don't think you can just do that, just like nothing.
They didn't disregard the last movie, but they said, well, we're not going to be able to just retread movies for long.
They killed Snoke. It's not retreading from the last one.
No, I mean retreading from Empire.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's supposed to be a trilogy, which means it's supposed to be like a cohesive story within the three, and also in the bigger one. But then, if you're just going from the last one, completely, like, changing everything, I think, like, they gotta introduce a new villain for the last one, or they can use Kylo, but I don't really...
I think Kylo, that was the point of this. The point of his storyline with this was that he was ultimately just trying to get power, whether he was trying to, like... He was trying to include Rey, and that's not because he, like...
I don't think he has the power to run an entire army, though.
I think he does.
Because, like,
what made Snoke,
he's so whiny. What made Snoke? I don't know what
he's
made
gonna
Snoke.
make the helmet.
Snoke was
back.
a
He's
bad
gonna make
villain.
the helmet back on because he's gonna be like, I'm cool. This helmet makes me look cool.
Yeah, I can't answer your Snoke question because he was a bad villain. He did nothing.
Okay, so let me tell you why I think they did that with this movie. I think it was still a very cohesive storyline from the first one. They did the same thing with Empire, and that's considered the best sequel of all time.
I don't think this is going to be, though.
No, it's not, because people get mad about stuff in 2017, whereas they didn't in 1980. Like, they nitpick a lot more, you know? And they can go online and complain about and find other people that complained about it, so they must be like, oh, well, I must be right, because someone else had the same problem. And that's limited in the fact that like, is true, but it's very limited. So I think people were complaining that A New Hope was a retread of Force Awakens. See how similar they are. Force Awakens was a retread of A New Hope. And I think they could, potentially, just keep retreading all the movies if they really wanted to. But this movie dared to do something different, and it stopped retreading stuff before everyone got sick of them retreading stuff. So I really applaud this movie for doing something different and not just being another Force Awakens. Whether Force Awakens was good or not, I loved Force Awakens. I loved A New Hope. And I loved Empire Strikes Back, and I love this movie because it didn't try to do the same thing. It did something else.
I agree that I can appreciate it for trying to do something else, but I just like the other one better.
But that doesn't make this a bad movie. Can we agree on that?
In my opinion, I like the other one better.
Okay, well, that doesn't make this one a bad... Okay, well, we're not comparing it right now. Just in general.
It was okay.
Okay, well, what I'm trying to do is wrap this up with both of us
in the end, I think that it wasn't cohesive enough to be like an amazing movie. I think it was just an okay
It's not going to be one of the great movies, but neither is Force Awakens.
I think it's an okay movie. That's what I would say.
Okay, well, I think it's great, but it's not going to be one of the greats. Okay, we can agree with that. Bailey thinks it's great. Okay, bye, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, he thinks it's great.
Super okay.